out there this morning. We're tracking dry conditions out there. High pressure is back in control, giving us mainly sun-filled skies for your Wednesday, and a slight warm up later on today with those highs into the 70s. All these details coming up.
Also coming up this morning, feeling unsafe in their own homes. People living in a D.C. neighborhood speaking out this morning after a man was hit by gunfire through his bedroom window. What they're saying about the incident in a D.C. News Now exclusive.
Plus, the race for Senate, how Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks is kicking off her campaign this morning.
And later, stepping into the future, how a robot is helping improve care at a hospital in Virginia.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside this morning. Jackie, it's a bit cooler when you head out the door.
Yeah, we're also seeing some patchy fog in some locations, but those skies are starting to brighten up considering sunrise is officially at the 6 o'clock on the dot hour. So we're continuing to notice the sky is a little bit more brighter out there right now. High pressure off towards our north and west. That's keeping us dry and mainly clear out there. That will continue through the day today. We'll see those mainly sun-filled skies. Some locations, though, seeing some fog, and that fog very thick back down towards Culpeper and Luray. We're down about a mile of visibility or less. Up towards Frederick, just seeing some light patchy fog down to about 7 miles visibility there. 40s to low 50s at this hour, low 50s in D.C., but we're 40s in Frederick and Hagerstown, low 40s Winchester and Culpeper, even mid-upper 40s over towards the mountains. A difference of at least 10 to even close to 15 degrees cooler than we were yesterday morning around this time. Through the day today, we'll see those temperatures sliding back low to mid-70s later on today. Get out there and enjoy it. Tomorrow, we see those 80s return. Of all these details coming up, but Shanika's here with the all-important look at the roadways. How's traffic?
All right, well, right now we're on 270 heading southbound right near Hyattstown, Maryland 85. Past this point, you're going to find a crash. That is to the right, so stay left to get by if you must. Take 270 at this hour. Let's flip over to the maps, looking at your way through Germantown, Gaithersburg, Rockville, and beyond. Everything looks good. Then the top side, all very clear right now. But as time goes on, you will start to see some delays on the outer loop stretch in Maryland and throughout northern Virginia. Prince George's County is looking very good and clear right now.
Thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is coming up on 6:02 on a Wednesday.
And your Know and Go headlines this morning. Mayor Bowser and Police Chief Robert Contee are going to be speaking about D.C.'s crime trends at the Public Safety Summit in Navy Yard this morning. Now, officials are expected to talk about how public feedback can help address crime in the district. The summit starts at 9 a.m.
The Loudoun County Public School Board met last night to discuss the growing opioid overdose crisis. Leaders stressing the importance of Narcan training. That's the medicine that can reverse an overdose. More than 900 LCPS staff members have been trained this school year. School officials say Narcan is available in all Loudoun County public schools.
And Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks is kicking off her U.S. Senate campaign rally this morning. This comes just one day after announcing her run to replace retiring Senator Ben Cardin. The rally is in New Carrollton, Maryland. Time right now is 6:02. Police say a 15-year-old boy is facing life-threatening injuries after getting hit by a car in Germantown, Maryland. Now, firefighters say it happened just before 9 o'clock last night near Seneca Valley High School on Great Seneca Highway. Police say the driver stayed at the scene. And neighbors in a Southeast D.C. community say they need action from police and the housing authority.
That is right. They say dozens of shots were fired early Sunday morning, leaving a man injured. That gunfire also damaged nearby cars and homes. This happened on Queen Stroll Place in Marshall Heights neighborhood. We spoke with the man who was injured. He says bullet flew into his bedroom during that shooting. He also says more than a dozen bullets hit his home.
I'm laying in my bed, all I heard was a big boom. I'm thinking it's fireworks. Then I heard the glass upstairs shattered. I'm like, so it must be bullets. I was laying on the floor like this, my head down, and it grazed me in my shoulder.
Police have not said if they have any suspects in the case, but people who live in that area say they want accountability so they can feel safe in their own homes.
And time right now is 6:03, addressing crime. In a matter of hours, D.C.'s mayor is going to host a public safety summit at the district's Emergency Operations Center and Navy Yard. That's where we found our D.C. News Now's Lex Wars this morning. And Lex, what is expected to be discussed at this meeting?
Right, well, they're going to be discussing not only where we're at currently with crime and crime trends in the city, but where we can go from here to make an impact on what we see trending. Now, the Public Safety Summit is actually going to be starting at 9 o'clock this morning, and Mayor Bowser is bringing together 8 officials who work in the public safety realm. They're going to be split into various breakout groups throughout the summit to discuss crime trends, strategies to address crime, and also give their feedback to the mayor's office on what's currently being done. Well, this meeting is planned to build on feedback that the mayor's already gotten from school leaders and advisory neighborhood commissioners. Right now, they have not released a timeline on exactly how long the summit will last. Now, we do know that this summit is coming as crime in the city is up 25 or 26% from this time last year. And we do also know that the meeting is not open to everyone, but will be live streamed for people who want to tune in. It'll be live streamed on DC Channel 16, on the mayor's social media pages, and also on the mayor's website. So multiple places that people can go if they do want to tune in and then give their feedback to the mayor separately. Live in Navy Yard, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. An update this morning. Police have released the name of the woman killed Monday after being hit by a fire truck in Reston, Virginia. Authorities say 23-year-old Ashley Broadman was struck around 4 a.m. They say emergency crews were called to the area for reports of a woman lying on the ground in the roadway. Now, officials say the driver of the fire truck did not see Broadman until it was too late to stop. Police do not believe speed was a factor, and they are investigating if Broadman was under the influence at the time of the accident.
Your time right now is coming up on 6:06. Opioid use has become a rising concern for parents across the DMV. Last night's Loudoun County Public School Board meeting addressed the importance of Narcan training. That is the medicine that can treat an overdose. Now, according to the school board, 920 staff members of Loudoun County Public Schools have received Narcan training. In February, the FDA voted to make Narcan available over the counter. Governor Youngkin was in Stafford County yesterday to discuss the issue with high schoolers.
5 high school students overdose in the bathroom in Arlington. One of them dies. 4 of them are saved because people knew how to use naloxone, Narcan.
Arlington County Public Schools is working on a plan to allow students to carry Narcan. That could roll out as soon as the end of the month.
And meantime, a regional task force in Frederick County, Virginia says it has seized $2 million in illegal narcotics. Now, it's led to nearly 200 arrests. Authorities say they've also taken more than 3 dozen firearms over the past year associated with drug trafficking. Officials say the potentially lethal consequences from fentanyl are often ignored by those addicted to illegal substances.
It's nothing to mess around with, and it only takes a small amount for someone to overdose. Even someone who's using heroin on a regular basis and has built up a certain level of tolerance, that fentanyl will cut right through that tolerance.
Regional Drug Task Force has also taken large amounts of methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine over that same time period.
An airport battle is brewing in Prince George's County. People living in Bowie are getting their first chance to weigh in on what they want to do with the site of the old Freeway Airport. Now, last night, people spoke against a recent zoning change that would allow hundreds of townhomes to be built on the land. They say they are mostly concerned about the possible traffic and overcrowding of schools. Some people say they want to see the land used for other projects.
Response times are going to be lower for police. You're going to have a longer wait at the hospital. Schools will have larger class sizes. They could bring a bookstore. They can bring more medical care. They could maybe put a school there.
Lawyers for the contractor of the new development say they will improve infrastructure if the project moves forward.
The U.S. is preparing for a massive migration surge at the southern border when Title 42 expires tomorrow. Now, both Republicans and Democrats have plans to handle the expected influx. The Republican Party wants to station more officers at the border and restart construction on the border wall. Meantime, the Biden administration continues to back its plan to open migration centers and other countries to avoid migrants camping at the border during the application process. Democratic lawmakers support these actions since the U.S. accepts asylum seekers from other war-torn countries.
As we grant to Ukrainians that come to the border and other folks that are fleeing political violence and escaping murder the opportunity to make their case.
The Biden administration also deployed 1,500 active duty troops to assist Border Patrol. They arrived this week and will be stationed at the border for 3 months.
Your time right now is 6:09 this morning. The nation's top leaders met yesterday to talk about raising the debt ceiling. Right now, Democrats and Republicans are facing a dead end. The U.S. is quickly approaching a default deadline that could happen as soon as June 1st. But after meeting at the White House, the president and congressional leaders do not seem any closer to a deal.
I made clear during our meeting that default is not an option.
Everybody in this meeting reiterated the positions they were at. I didn't see any new movement.
Proposed deep cuts that I believe are going to hurt American families.
If a deal is not reached, the government would no longer be able to pay the salaries of federal and military employees or pensions. Social Security could also be impacted. The two sides plan to meet again on Friday.